What did Laura mean last night when she said, I haven't slept with him yet? Yet. What does yet mean anyway? It means you're gonna do it, doesn't it? Just come on. What would it mean to you, that sentence? I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet.
Well, to me it would mean that you're a liar.
Right, all right, but let's just say that I hadn't seen it. And I said to you, I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet. What would you think?
I'd think that you're a cinematic idiot and I'd feel sorry for you.
All right. But from that one sentence, would you get the impression that I really wanted to see it?
Oh, well, you couldn't have been desperate to see it, otherwise you'd have already gone.
Right, I'm not gonna see that movie.
But the word yet... Yeah, you know what? I get the impression that you wanted to see it, otherwise you'd have said you didn't want to go.
But in your opinion, would I definitely go?
How the fuck am I supposed to know? Probably.
Why?
Because it's a brilliant film. It's so funny and violent, and the soundtrack kicks fucking ass. I never thought I'd say this, but can I go work now?
What's up, everybody? Revival House Network. We got RIVERMAN here. He is back.
Hey, what's going on?
And we got Zach.
What's up?
We're going to do Evil Dead 2 for tonight is supposed to be a special occasion. For one, we're redoing Evil Dead 2 because RIVERMAN and I actually did a commentary for this, 5 years ago? Something like that. And it was done in a back-to-back double header with the original Evil Dead. This one came next. It was a little underwhelming for us. We scrapped it and kept the first one. So we're doing it. I'm actually in the presence of RIVERMAN, which isn't a normal thing. I am in his home turf, and it's been quite a chore getting this together. Let me just say. I'm looking at him right now. He's laying back lounging in a wicker basket chair.
Papa's on.
He's done duct taped his microphone to a fucking lamp. Like he's got this lamp leaning against his chair because he doesn't want to lean forward.
When you take that shit off, it's gonna be all fucking slimy and sticky.
I got my Sam Adams. I got my whiskey. I got everything I need.
Okay. Well, we got to make do, and that's what we always do. I'm hearing a lot of echo over here. It's really crazy being like a foot away from him. But anyway, we're going to watch this. Zach, we're watching on Vudu.
You fuck ups.
How are you watching it?
I'm watching my Blu-ray copy.
Okay, well, this is ripped off my Blu-ray. So basically, we're starting zeroed out, and we're at the Rosebud screen, right? Well, it's like that's what's going to pop up.
Well, the first thing that pops up on mine is warning. This film contains scenes which may be too intense. So we're getting past that?
Yeah, so on the Vudu copy, it's a black screen, and then when you turn it on, it pop the Rosebud flower. That's where we start.
Rosebud. All right.
Okay. So Todd, get that trigger finger ready. We're going to do our old countdown. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. Play.
Rosebud. Fun fact, Rosebud isn't a real thing. They just fucking made that up because the motherfucker that made this movie, he couldn't put out. You got it playing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't want to say this whole spiel and then you say it didn't play, so then I had to re-say it.
That's exactly what happened. We pushed play and then it loaded again. And so we were delayed by a couple of seconds, but we'll deal.
See, that's why you don't fucking watch it on Vudu, you prick.
You might want to turn that down a little bit, Todd. It's a little loud.
He's the ballistic autistic. That's fucking Aaron's new name I give him. He's a ballistic missile.
Because I'm hearing 3 Todds, 3 RIVERMANs, 2 me's.
It is distracting.
All right, so we're going to have to do our best to stay focused on this movie. I've got a freaking wire hanging down my face because I have to have my headphones. It's just so ridiculous. I wish you guys could see this. This needs to be a video commentary.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll post a picture of RIVERMAN's ghetto set up on the Instagram to give you an idea.
Yeah.
But
so this is a great opening. But real quick, I was saying the Rosebud Pictures that was made up for this movie because Dino De Laurentiis, he funded this movie and he was under contractual obligation to not fucking release any fucking X-rated or unrated movies, and because this movie was unrated, they made up a fake picture fucking company to put at the beginning of it.
Oh, that's where Rosebud comes from.
Yeah, it's only on this movie, which is funny because I always wanted to, like, if I ever became a director and made a movie, I would ask Sam Raimi, can I put that Rosebud logo at the beginning of my movie? And people will get it if they've seen the movie.
I think people forget all about that, actually. I don't know if that would help sell your movie at all.
I wouldn't give a fuck if they did or not. They could suck my dick. So fun fact, people call this a fucking remake, those fuckers, and I get pissed off when they do because, why would that, like when I was a kid, I was like, why the fuck would Ash go back to this motherfucking place? What a dipshit. But really what happened was in the script, it was going to show the fucking footage from the first movie, and then it turns out they didn't have the rights to it, so they couldn't anymore, and they had to reshoot it all with what they had left in their budget, which wasn't a lot, so they couldn't hire the whole cast. They just got these two characters, and so basically the first 6 minutes of this movie is just recaps.
Is a remake. It's a remake.
It's not a remake, fuck you.
Well, they cast a better looking broad, though.
It's a recap of the first movie.
Okay, they essentially remade the first movie and expedited everything in like 5-6 minutes.
You would say that because you're fucking autistic, but no, they're just showing us with reimagining. See, it's like the fucking what's that called? What's that show called with Robert Stack? Unsolved Mysteries. It's the Unsolved Mysteries reenactment, babe.
So.
Now, would you suck Bruce Campbell's cock?
No, I would not. But hey, you know what's funny? Speaking of Evil Dead, Riverman, I sat down with him here. I forced him to finish the series, and we watched season 3 in completion.
Hell yeah!
So, Zach and I, we already did a podcast, which is live right now, where we kind of did an overview of the entire series and gave our thoughts on all 3 seasons. But now that we have Riverman here, I'd like to know your opinion of the series, because since we've never done it for any prior season, we just went ahead and talked about the whole show, right?
Yeah.
So let's kind of get your opinion on that. Break it down season by season.
Well, season 1, I thought it was pretty solid. I was pretty skeptical going into it, but pleasantly surprised. I found it pretty entertaining. There was certain aspects that were, I can't remember, but I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. The first season, but then the second season totally redeemed itself, and I thought the second season was phenomenal because they actually went back to the cabin and everything, and they had his possessed sister in a lot of it, and the makeup special effects look so fucking cool. This third season I thought was really solid as well. I would give the nod over the second season over the third season, but I do like how they tied up the loose ends in the third season and like kind of wrapped it up for what could be a another spin-off or whatever they're going to do with it, if they do anything with it. But yes, I would highly recommend it. I was pleasantly surprised.
Now,
I'm not going to say...
You know what's kind of funny is at the end of the first season, they went back to the cabin too, but it wasn't nearly as memorable as when they did it in the second season.
No.
So go ahead, Aaron, you autistic bitch.
I don't know if I could sit there and say which one's the better season. I agree with Riverman 100% on season 1, but I don't know. If 2's better than 3, then it's really splitting hairs for me, because I think 3 was the natural next step. I mean, it was different enough than the second season, but it was more fast paced to me.
What, like second season?
3, the third season.
Yeah, the demons though in the second season were great, I thought.
But the second season, I mean, like there was no filler on the second season, but I'm saying you still had episodes like him in the sanitarium.
That's true.
The slower stuff and whatever, but it was good slow stuff. This one, the third one was just action to me. Mm-hmm. So seems to be a pretty consistent notion.
I've once thought, like, I think back in the day with like VHS or DVD, I had a tape of all the movies fucking together as one movie. And the thing is with part 2, you gotta cut out the first 6 minutes, and some of the shit in the first 6 minutes is good shit, you know? So it was like, what do I do here? I don't know, baby.
So, but the cool thing about the way they had to do the second one here was it served people like me who saw the second one, the first one, as they saw. And because I wasn't missing any crucial story because they recapped it. And this has always been my favorite of the trilogy. And I think I've mentioned that a lot.
Fuck you.
And it's probably just because I saw it first. You know, we purchased this on a whim on VHS a long time ago. You know, I was pretty young, and I didn't really know it was part of some franchise. I didn't know Army of Darkness was a thing at the time. I had never heard of Evil Dead prior. I just thought the skeleton, the skull on the cover was really awesome, and
yeah, because it's not called Evil Dead 3. I didn't know that Army of Darkness was a sequel either until like years later. I saw a preview for Army of Darkness, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's the Evil Dead."
Yeah, we haven't done Army of Darkness yet either, so we should do that eventually. But yeah, and this one to me blends perfectly the nature of the first one and the over-the-top comedy of the third one. It's just this crazy hybrid. I don't think any movie's done it better. I know there's been other horror comedies, but
yeah, I enjoy this one, but it is too goofy for me when it comes to Evil Dead. It's like, I mean, it's just like making Night of the Living Dead and then making Dawn of the Dead like goofy, like a Return of the Living Dead type of movie. Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is the one I've watched the least. It's my least favorite, I think.
I watched Army of Darkness the least. This is my second favorite. Of course, I love the first one.
Army's my least favorite for sure.
Fuck you.
I think 1 and 2 are very comparable. I mean, it's hard to say which one's better. I just, you know, just because I want to avoid a debate, I say this one's the best because this one is the most unique. I mean, Bruce Campbell has to carry this whole show himself. It's, you know, for the most part, a one-man show, and he does fantastic at it. And he's leaps and bounds over what he was in the first one because he was just an empty character. He was as flat as the rest of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
he didn't have to be this character.
Besides the fact that he was the survivor at the end, he really didn't come off as any sort of leading man, to be honest with you. You know, you couldn't really pick him apart from anybody else.
Exactly. He couldn't act then, so it was better. Now he's got some chops.
Are you still trying to say that 6 minutes onward that this is a sequel, as if to imply the basic elements of the first one still happened? Because I always saw it as the first 6 minutes were like a remake or a recap, as you say.
It isn't a remake. They've explained that numerous times.
Okay, but
so this is a sequel.
How is it a sequel? It's like a reimagining. It's like
No.
to me, it wipes out the first one. It wipes out the first one.
How?
Because the first one never happened. Because instead of him and his friends and his sister going to a cabin on spring break or whatever the heck it was supposed to be, it's him and his girlfriend going up to the cabin.
I just said that they had to reshoot it.
I get it. But him and his girlfriend went to the cabin. Great. And so at what point does Evil Dead 1 end?
Whenever the exact ending it has, whenever the camera's coming at him, right before it possesses him.
So right there, that was really it.
Yeah, when it comes and fucking smashes into him. And fun fact, that story about how Sam Raimi was riding a bike with the camera on it and smashed into fucking Bruce Campbell and broke his jaw, that story's not true, and it never was. They both made that up to see who would believe it. It'd just be like, oh, that'd be a funny little story we'll tell.
I love those cheesy eyes in the house.
Genius. So, would you suck Bruce Campbell's dick, though?
River?
No.
Swallow the gravy?
Why?
Campbell's not attractive at all, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a fucking great-looking man.
No. Look at him.
You hear the story about how he got that scar on his chin?
How'd he get it?
I don't remember. It's in his book, though.
I don't remember.
I was hoping you knew.
I think him and his brothers were fucking around and something happened. I forgot what it was. Similar to how I got a scar on my, like, above my lip. I had this fucking cat that was a bitch, and like she used to fucking scratch at me and shit, so I would put her on my top bunk so she would leave me the fuck alone. And I was leaning up against like the fucking wall, and she was up above me, and she decided to just fall between the wall and where I was laying and just fucking scratch the shit out of my face. I was like, fuck you, cat. And I beat the fuck out of it.
Speaking of wall, how did you get that scratch on your anal wall?
Oh, that was a different story. That was
How's that story
different
go?
story. It was kind of the same. It involved the same cat, though. She doesn't like dark, moist places. Let's just say that.
That's your gerbil. Yeah, that likes the dark, moist places.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, looking at it the way you tried to paint it, Zach, as if, okay, let's just pretend the first movie happened exactly the way it happened with all the people and his sister, and this is what happens after that, where he's alone. That's weird to me, because I always thought of it as...
Well, that's the fucking continuity. They affirmed it in Ash vs. Evil Dead when his girlfriend's still gone and Cheryl still exists.
I think the continuity is just fucked up, is all, and they can't...
You think?
Yeah, I just think they're plot holes.
It's almost like they didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about consistency. If anything, they were like, we're going to make it consistently inconsistent. Because at the end of this one, he's held, like, whenever he gets there to the fucking knights, they're like, yeah! And then at the beginning of the next one, he's in fucking chains and shit. What the fuck happened? They went from praising him to hating him in like 5 seconds.
They go, hail, hail.
Exactly. They were like, well, he's the one that came to save us. We gotta kill him now. That's how it's written. This is the scene where, if you look, you can see Freddy Krueger's glove.
Please don't cancel. Riverman's touching stuff over there, and he's about to turn off the movie.
Sorry.
That would have been funny.
Where would you put Within the Woods? Because I thought that was a cool little flick.
I don't know if I've still ever seen that whole thing.
Really, I actually kind of dug it, man. I was hoping it'd be on one of the DVD sets or Blu-ray sets.
What's funny is it was gonna be on the Book of the Dead edition, and if you put that disc into a computer, you can see the listing for Within the Woods, but there's nothing there when you click on it. And the reason they didn't put it on there was because Sam Raimi changed his mind last minute.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe he's embarrassed by it. I guess he just doesn't want it to come out.
This is the same guy that put out Spider-Man 3 and Quick and the Dead. Those aren't exactly good movies.
Oh, Spider-Man 3 is amazing.
And that Oz movie. Oh,
way better than the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, that's because you're autistic. Fuck you. Let me tell you something.
Shit.
Fucking, what's Spider-Man's Uncle Ben? He dies for a fucking thing of milk in that fucking movie. Fuck that movie.
Hey, so...
He's a fucking idiot. He sees a guy walking in Chicago. He sees he has a gun and decides like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. How the fuck do you know he used that gun to commit a crime? He's a guy with a gun in Chicago. It's a fucking violent city. Fuck you, Uncle Ben. Fuck you. I'll beat the fuck. You're lucky he killed you, because I would have if I was there.
This guy, her
fucking
boyfriend,
old
he's my
bitch.
Get off your kick for a second. He's my favorite Deadite, dude. I love when this guy turns to Deadite.
Evil Ed. Well, I guess he's just called Ed.
Cheryl's the best.
They made a movie called Evil Ed. That's what I fucked that up.
So correct me though. So with the whole Ash vs. Evil Dead continuity, this chick right here, she wasn't Ruby claiming that was her sister. This is me thinking back to the original season.
She was. Yeah, she was. They knew each other somehow, and I don't remember. We need to watch it again. We should do like a show commentary on one of those episodes, baby.
You just do a marathon, just run through the whole thing.
Yeah, just do a fucking Ash vs. Evil Dead commentary show. We watched through the whole series, starting with the first episode. We should do the first episode either way. That's a good episode. And second episode too. We should just do them both.
Second episode's way better.
And you know what? The third episode's pretty good too. We should do that. Yeah, I think we should just do them all. That'd be cool. But you're gonna tell me you wouldn't fuck this man?
I think Riverman's a little crazy. I think he's an attractive leading man. I think he's a leading guy for a reason.
Exactly.
I don't see it.
He's got the strong bone structure.
He's no Zac Efron.
Who would win? Whose chin would win in a fight? Bruce Campbell or Robert Zadar's?
Jay Leno. Yeah.
Robert Zadar's is massive, dude.
Zadar's is the other
Robert
biggest
Zadar. I'm being humble. Robert Zadar would crush Bruce Campbell's. I was gonna ask him that whenever I met him, but I completely fucking forgot when it was time to actually meet him. I was gonna like, what? Whose chin would have won? Yours or Robert Zadar's? And I'm sure he would say, well, mine now, because Robert Zadar is fucking dead.
R.I.P. I liked him in Tango and Cash when he's behind bars and he's like, "Bring him to me, bring him to me." But I'm gonna throw a trump card in there and say Rocky Dennis would trump them all.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna throw a trump card in there and say Donald Trump would trump them all.
Okay.
His chin would fucking squash them all. That's chin to rule them all.
So what you doing lately, Zach? Man, we haven't talked in a little over a week.
Nothing.
What's new?
Nothing.
No, surely there's something. Tell us something good. What'd you do this week?
I fucking, I watched fucking, Smokey and the Bandit last night. For the first time.
Oh, in remembrance of Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, he died.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it alright. Wasn't expecting much.
Yeah? You ever seen Deliverance?
Deliverance is great.
I love this, dude. I miss the stop motion.
Her hair just got blonde for no reason.
I miss effects like this. This is great.
Was her hair that blonde through the whole movie?
I don't know. I wonder, though, if back in the day, this was the equivalent to like, oh, man, this movie's got CGI. Gross. You know?
No way.
No, they're making fun of this shit, dude.
That's what I mean. Well, I mean, we always talk about, oh, more practical effects, but
this actually is practical.
Yeah, it technically is, but I mean, like, is this not seen as the same thing as CGI of the era?
No, Raimi put this in as a goof, dude. CGI there actually takes serious.
Ray Harryhausen, he was the king of fucking stop motion, so he obviously didn't think it was nothing to be scoffed at. They had Ray Harryhausen do it. They got the king. The guy that did Clash the Titans and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this movie, this Blu-ray, if you guys ever get a chance to buy it, it's got some good special features on it.
Which one?
Evil Dead 2?
Is that the Anchor Bay one? Or which one is that? The cheap one?
The anniversary one. Well, they're all cheap.
Oh, okay. Because I have the one with the skull in the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 25th anniversary or whatever it is. Yeah, there's pretty cool featurettes on there. I enjoyed it a lot.
Todd's like, his mic will like cut out for a second, and I'll still hear him through your mic. It's crazy. It's like Inception.
Oh, jeez.
I called him Todd. I'm not supposed to do that. I broke the fucking continuity.
Hey, it's not like a Mac and Zach thing where, you know, his name's and you don't want us to ever say it.
Yeah, I gotta censor you saying that now.
I know, you always leave it out. But I think people realize by now that Riverman is Todd and Todd is Riverman.
You can bleep that out.
Dude, we already know.
Whoa, it's Todd. Yeah, Todd rolled.
Yeah, he's right. Todd does rule. And that's the problem with Todd ruling is he doesn't rule that often. He's not here very often anymore.
Nope.
Why is that?
Why don't you explain to the listenership why you're not around anymore?
Why don't you explain to him why they aren't important enough?
Because I'm too good for you guys. I've got no, it's working all the time now, man.
I work all the time too.
I got the kid.
I got 3 kids to feed.
I got the wife.
I got 5 wives.
And that's pretty much it, man.
I got 8 kids, but I don't feed any of them.
I got 5 kids to feed.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple months. I mean, I enjoy coming on here every so often, but you guys are machines, man. I give you all the credit.
Well, if this is a setup you have to put together every time you record, I wouldn't want to do it either.
Yeah.
Seriously, check out the picture that we're going to upload of what he's got going on here.
Yeah. I took a picture of you too, Aaron, so I'll just
You'll have to send it to me.
Make sure you take a picture of Aaron, like when he's sleeping, put your dick in his mouth and take a picture.
And I wake up and it's on the Instagram getting 1 million hits. Like, what's this?
You can use that against him. Like, no, like, you're going to do what I say. If you don't, I'll release that picture.
I put Aaron on the most uncomfortable couch in the basement, dude.
It's really uncomfortable. My back is killing me now, and my neck hurts.
It's because you got a fucking, you got a beta back. Fuck your back. Your back can't handle it.
I think last night, I spent the whole entire night letting loose a bunch of gassers. And like, the basement like smelled like a lingering fart the rest of the night, man. And he had to put his head there where I farted.
That's awesome. You see how all of a sudden she has black shit on her face right there?
Yeah.
She originally vomited all over him, but they cut it out because it was too graphic.
Oh, too graphic?
That's what sucks is because, well, I don't know if they might have just cut it out because...
Well, how come Ash doesn't have vomit on him? Yeah.
He did a little bit, but I don't know why they cut it out, but like that's what sucks. The deleted scenes are completely gone. All that like is still around is what they shot on their special effects, like behind the scenes VHS tape. So none of the footage is. This is one of the first movies K and B did as a group.
Greg Nicotero, he did the makeup.
Fuck that guy.
Robert Berger and the other guy.
Katero created that shit TV show, Walking Dead, right?
He didn't create it. He does the makeup for it, and he's one of the main directors now, but he just...
How you gonna call that a shit TV show? You did a podcast for years.
I know, it's a piece of shit.
The fans finally hear your true feelings.
You
heard her true feelings.
Zach never listened to the podcast. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I did shit on it every week, man.
But what's funny is it's hard to knock Greg Nicotero because his effects work on the show is good. That's not what's sinking the show.
Well, he directed it.
Oh, dude, the writing is sinking that show.
Mm-hmm.
The writing and the director, the actual direction, whoever's heading the show at whatever season, because they change writing. They change like Scott Gimple or whoever the hell. They change them every season. They can't keep their stuff in order.
Robert Kirkman is the guy that writes it. Blame him. Or no, he writes the comic book. I don't know if he writes the show.
He writes the comic books.
But he okays what they write, so fuck him.
The show, because, well, probably because they just want it to conflict too much with the comics. But the showrunners, man, they're in charge of all of it. Anyway, I can't dog Nicotero too much because, dude, he did the effects in this movie and they're incredible. He's the man.
I don't think Nicotero was just the guy that just happened to be there. I think Robert Berger did most of them. Fuck him. Fuck Nicotero. And the other guy, the K guy, I don't remember.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah, you would be uncomfortable because I just fucked you in the ass. It's gonna take a while for you to sit down on your ass like you were before, you fucking bitch.
This scene freaked me out when I was a kid. When I first saw the movie, man, this is unreal. To me.
It's great fucking insane. You know how they did that too? Whenever he looks into the mirror and it looks like
double.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking into the water, like it ripples like water. They actually had him look into water, and they put like really bright lights like behind him so that it would reflect like a mirror in the water. I think that scene's coming up. Pretty fucking cool, ass mad, dog.
So is Raimi coming out with any new films, or he did Ash vs. Evil Dead? Yeah,
did the first episode at least.
Oh, that was it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
he just did the first one.
Ted Raimi was a constant writer throughout the second season, I know, and first season, probably the third season too. But yeah, like, it's too bad. Like, what'd you think of the ending of Ash vs. Evil Dead? What'd you think of that?
I actually thought it was pretty solid.
Do you think it works better as an ending, or do you think it would have worked great as another season?
Both,
yeah. I think it's fine. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like Mad Max or post-apocalyptic movies. Like some I really like, but the majority of them I don't.
I rarely like post-apocalyptic settings.
Yeah, me too.
You don't like Cyborg with Jean-Claude Van Damme? Mad Max ripoff?
There's always exceptions.
Dude, the woman in that, the main woman, she walks around naked. Dude, she's got the fattest ass I've ever seen in a leading lady. It's really fat.
It's plump. She got nice and thick.
It's real big, man. You guys should look up a picture of it.
I saw the movie just a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's...
See, that's how much I want to scrub Jean-Claude from my brain when I see a movie of his.
It's a tough watch. It's not a great Van Damme movie. Scream Factory released a special edition of that too, which is kind of odd. Or is it out yet? I don't know.
Would you power bomb Jean-Claude's cock into your throat, though?
Oh. Give it the people's tonsils?
I think you would. I think you like him that much.
I love the guy. Riverman hooked me up with a Desert Heat poster.
If Jean-Claude Van Damme was on his like deathbed, right, and he's like, the only way you can save my life is if you suck my dick, would you do it?
I would tell that story to Riverman.
He's like, my semen has venom going through it. The only way to get my semen out is to suck my dick.
You stole that from me.
Yeah,
you stole that situation from me.
So now you gotta do it.
No, I don't do that. I make the propositions. I don't follow through with them.
You heard it, guys. He didn't say he wouldn't, so that's obvious that he would.
Now, if it's Scott Bakula, that's a different story.
We tried to call him on an episode.
I'm retarded? I know. Well, we tried to call Brad Bakula a couple of times, and we already came up with the skit as it was. Like, okay, so we have a very serious dispute here. We need your legal counsel. So my friend here, he's trying to tell me that your brother played Jimmy the Retard once, and we all know he played Jimmy the Retard twice. You got to help us, Brad.
Yeah, we're gonna say like, oh, he made me a bet that he didn't play him twice, and he clearly did. So I want my fucking money. Can you help me, Brad? It involves your brother. You're the only one I know to call.
Yeah, we got to call him during the day to get him though. But no, seriously, on Van Damme though, Riverman, he hooked me up with a Desert Heat poster. I don't think it was theatrical, so I don't know if it was like a movie store thing or a promo poster.
Yeah, it was a video store poster because it says now on VHS and DVD.
I think it just went straight to video. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's awesome. It's as good as I'm gonna get. And then I also got a Motel Hell one sheet and a Trick or Treat with Sammy Kerr one sheet. I'm very excited.
Nice.
Yeah, I spoil him.
You know, I always wanted to like go up to an actor at a convention and say, you know, I don't want you to just fucking sign the shit. I want your DNA on it. Can you jack off onto my poster? Or can you blow your nose into it or something? Lick it. I'll try. And you know what's funny? I went down another shirt size. So I found my old BTM shirt that I could never wear because it was a size too small for me when this fucking autistic fuck sent it to me, and now I can actually wear it.
Wait. I sent you the size you most likely asked for.
No, you sent me a size too small.
But
You
what
did?
And you apologized, and I was like, "Oh, I'll keep it. It's fine."
Really?
Yeah, you were an autistic ballistic even back then.
What? So what size are we talking about? Did I send you an XL?
2X. I'm down to 2X now. I was 3X.
Oh, congratulations.
I was starting to hit 4X proportions. That was at my fattest.
You're looking pretty trim. I saw you on the your photos with the Mac and Zach Instagram, and you're looking pretty trim, man. Good for you.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Ding dong, man. Ding dong. You ain't fat.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
I always like that. I've heard people say, they copped out. Why did they zoom in? They didn't show it. It's like, no, because that's a good shot.
Yeah, it's better.
That was a perfect way to film it. You know how they did the fucking moon doing the black thing like that?
I bet you're going to tell us.
The blue smoke in front of it.
They put a picture of the moon like on one side of a fishbowl. And then they lit it and then poured black dye into the fishbowl.
Oh, it's neat.
pretty fucking cool, you ask me. You guys ever heard fucking Bruce Campbell's commentary, the first movie? It's pretty fucking dank, dude.
No.
Pretty what?
Dude, it's pretty fucking dank, dude. It's fucking good, dude.
Zach's done his research, man. Jeez.
It's good shit. That's my favorite horror movie, the first one.
It's your favorite movie of all time? Favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie of all time. Maybe my favorite movie of all time.
Nice. Yeah, Zach just met Bruce Campbell.
That's why it sucks that you guys did it without me. We're going to have to put that as a revival classic for this week. So that this one's next.
What did we do?
The original Evil Dead.
Oh, I don't even remember.
We did it remember we did that one and this one, and we scrapped this one?
Oh, yeah, that's
we did
right.
5 years ago. It was a long time ago.
Jeez.
So,
I always like how whenever he's taping that up, you can clearly see his knuckles. Like it's just pushing against the fabric. Super hardcore. And they're like, fuck it, no one will notice.
Except for you.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea. It's a good idea to make Evil Dead the revival classic this week. That's extra cool to get them prepped for this one. And yeah, Riverman Zach met Bruce Campbell, I think last week or the week before, and he choked. He was waiting in line. He choked, and he did that thing where he's like, oh, I didn't know what to say. Oh, you're my favorite movie ever.
Oh.
Why didn't you ask? There's a bunch of stuff you could have asked him. He said something worse. He's like, so, really no more Ash?
How much blood did you use?
Yeah, I just thought of the fucking simplest question that everybody asked him was, no more Ash, huh?
What was his answer again?
He said, no, you gotta, that stuff gets stale. You gotta put it behind you sometime.
Was he very friendly?
He's nice, yeah. I wish I would have thought to ask him the Robert Zadar question, though.
He'd probably be like, who's Robert Zadar?
Probably.
I'm sure he was in him. He was in a fucking movie with him. Psycho Cop.
Who else was there at that con?
That chick from Night of the Living or Return of the Living Dead 3 was there. The redheaded chick.
Really?
Nice.
I didn't get to talk to her.
What does she look like now?
Lance Henriksen was there. She doesn't have red hair anymore.
But is she an UGG?
I don't know. I didn't really get a good look at her. It's funny because she, like, you know how there's more people sitting at her table than just her because there's like a person to collect the money.
Yeah, the handlers.
Yeah, one of the handlers had red hair, so I was like, "Oh, that's her." And then I realized, "Oh no, it's not. She's that one." I didn't like the redheaded chick was way younger, and it didn't even cross my mind. Like, "Oh, that's not her."
Oh, this chick Melinda Clark, dude, she's still hot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, she's smoking hot.
She was in Entourage or something too.
She's not very old either, I guess. I mean, she's.
They also shot some scenes that weren't used with yellow blood coming out at them. They used different color blood because they figured that would help them get past the censors and get an R rating, but it didn't. They gave it an X rating anyway.
Kind of like what they did for Mortal Kombat in the Sega Genesis. Mm-hmm. You know, because they removed it completely in the Super Nintendo. Right. But they they just changed the color to gray to be sweat.
Yeah, why? Fuck them. Why'd they do that?
This is probably the greatest scene to me.
I would suck his cock ferociously right there.
He's got some big teeth, kind of gangly, Jim Carrey looking grill there, dude.
He's got horse teeth. They're fucking amazing. I would let him suck my dick. Same with what's her name, Angela from the sequels. A Sleepaway Camp. She has some big ass horse teeth that I'd let her suck my dick with.
She's doing cons now too.
Pamela Springsteen.
Is she really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, not Springsteen. Oh, I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Felissa Rose is doing cons.
She was all over Joe Bob in the.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, what do you guys think about that Joe Bob news?
Awesome.
More Joe Bob is always good news, babe.
So
I'm surprised they didn't do it on Halloween, though. But I guess it makes sense because those people that would stay at home to watch Joe Bob are probably going to be busy Halloween night doing other things.
Well, so they're going to do a Thanksgiving special, and they're going to center it around dinner movies. So obviously, like Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw.
Holocaust is going to be on there.
Okay, Texas Chainsaw will be on there. It's the most famous dinner scene movie.
Troll 2.
Cannibal Holocaust. I made it a tradition a couple years ago to watch, Jungle Holocaust movies on Thanksgiving.
And they're going to do a special for Christmas, which can easily be executed. But then, if I understand correctly, as far as 2020 or 2019, it's going to be a regular series, kind of the way Monstervision was back in the day. That's what I take it, where it's going to be, right? Is that the way I understood it, where it's going to be installments?
It seems like it, and you can get it for 50% off for a year if with the Joe Bob coupon code that he posted. I'll send it to you guys.
Is it going to be like once a week they're going to post something new, or?
Well, that's what it sounded like. He said he's going to do another special for Thanksgiving. We're going to backtrack and say this again for Todd because he was asleep. He's going to do a special for Thanksgiving, kind of like we saw before. He's going to do a special for the holidays, Christmas.
Yeah,
and then in 2019, he's going to have a recurring series, probably, and it sounds like it's like Monstervision, where it's not going to be a marathon. They're just going to be like, maybe weekly or bi-weekly or who knows.
Sorry, I was hearing an echo, so I was...
So you should have heard it twice.
That'd be a great way to get people to subscribe and keep it, is to show it weekly.
I agree.
I should just change the name from Chiller to...
The fuck was that?
Like Joe Bob's Drive-In or something like that.
You guys don't remember that soundbite?
No.
Okay. That guy Howard Dean, when he ran for president, and
Howard Dean.
He did that. And they basically replayed it over and over until it destroyed his career. That was awesome.
Do it again.
Isn't it funny that listening to it now, it's not even a big deal?
They made some far cringier Hillary Clinton memes and stuff and faces and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I always loved the Ted Cruz one where he's doing the moose. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Did you guys ever see that if you're gonna play in Texas thing that he put out?
No.
He's running against some guy for Senate or something in Texas, and he put out this thing. It was set to fucking Alabama's. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. Yeah. And it said, if you're gonna run in Texas, you can't be a liberal, man. And it fucking ended with him saying, I'm Ted Cruz and I approve this. It's the fucking cringiest, goatiest fucking way I've ever heard him talk. And it's amazing.
I love that guy, dude. He's so funny.
I don't like Ted Cruz. He's a dork.
He's amazing. I would suck his dick.
I don't think there's anybody you wouldn't.
See, I don't think Riverman's quite house trained yet. He's not used to Zach's humor. Every time you say you'd suck someone's dick or you ask us to suck a dick, Riverman keeps looking at me like, like I just tune it out now. It's like you say it, I'm not phased. I just you'll know because often a lot you'll ask me something disgusting like that, and I'll just kind of like keep talking as if you never said it. Sometimes it literally does just go past me.
Exactly. He's numb to it.
Aren't you going to be nice and ask us what Riverman and I have been up to for a whole week? I'm going back home to Phoenix, Arizona tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. What have you guys been up to, Todd?
A whole lot of nothing. It's been raining all week.
It's rained 7 days in a row here, man.
And it's going to start clearing up as soon as I leave. Here we go. Here's Henrietta.
It rained today here, dude. It's pretty cool. I like the rain, dude.
You don't like it for 7 straight days.
Oh, I love the rain. I could see in the rain all day, dude. All week long, dude. They originally shot like a little flashback to Henrietta's origins too, where you see the guy reading the book and Henrietta becomes possessed.
Did they sort of do that a little bit of justice when they went back to the cabin and Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2?
Maybe, yeah.
Is that kind of okay? I wonder if it was kind of done in a similar fashion.
Henrietta keeps getting fatter too.
It's probably all the gallons of sweat in the costume. Because they filmed this during a heat wave, apparently. And Ted Raimi was basically, they were fucking pouring gallons of sweat out of his suit after every scene.
Dude, I love this in season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Remember when he's like her big fake prosthetic tits were in his face and he was getting milked?
I think that's the only time they use CG in the season 2 too, is that shot where her neck extends, which it makes sense to do it there because you can't do that practically. Or at least not the way they did it.
In season 3, the ridiculous CG is the cell phone monster.
The cell phone monster.
Yeah, in season 3.
Yeah, in the shed, the tool shed.
Against his daughter, that whole thing is just the thing's running around. Looks like a little animated Frosted Mini Wheat, dude. Looks like
I thought she was gonna cut her hand off.
They were obviously trying to pull a red herring on people, obviously.
Yeah, I want to get that fucking Ashley Slashy doll now.
Yeah, why do you want dolls, dude?
I don't know. It's cool. I want to wear it and jack off.
Todd's giving me a look of judgment right now. Like, of course he would. Of course he would. Everything is jack off with this guy. Who is this clown?
There was a guy walking around with Ashley Slashy at Whorehound. I thought about grabbing it and running.
Was he dressed as Ash himself?
Yeah.
He would be the easiest costume to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was trying to say, Todd and I, we really the main thing we did this whole time was we went and saw Metallica last night in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Jim Brewer opened the show, and it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it'd be weird seeing a fucking comedian open up for a band.
Well, he wasn't doing comedy, though.
It wasn't really like a comedy set. He's playing to an arena and a round stage, and it was more of just like a tailgate party, right? Kind of like a hype thing. And, he's telling stories. Everything had to do with the band, or like 6 degrees separated or whatever.
He was the Flava Flav of the show.
Kinda, and he was shooting a t-shirt cannon into the
I was
crowd.
gonna say he was shooting heroin into his veins while he was doing it. That would have been fucking awesome.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you said he was he was shooting loads into the front row.
That would have been fucking cool too. Shooting heroin and shooting loads. That would have been. I would have fucking walked out after Jim Brewer. Like, Metallica's gonna top that.
Can you imagine if he jerked off in his hand and he just flings it at everybody in the front row, dude? Gets you right in the lip.
Or he puts his cum into a syringe and shoots up the cum. And gets pregnant and gives birth on stage, and then that fucking baby is their new bass player.
That's weird.
Oh.
Fun fact: the Hulk Hogan was gonna be their bass player.
No, he wasn't. Shut up.
Yeah, he auditioned and they were gonna...
That'd be awesome, dude.
I know that story because I know that band like this movie. That's he claims that he auditioned. And then actually somebody brought that up in an interview in the last couple of years with Lars. And that guy's got a memory like a tat. He knows everything about the band. He's like, Hulk Hogan, he said he auditioned for you. And he's like, I don't remember that. Like, whatever he wants to say.
Well, he was probably fucking coked out on that scene.
Dude, they did. There's no way they asked Hulk Hogan to. I don't think Hulk Hogan would. There's no way.
Why wouldn't you ask Hulk Hogan?
Why would he lie?
Yeah, why would Hulk Hogan lie?
I think Hulk Hogan's remembering.
It's not like he plays a character or something, and it's not like wrestlers lie a lot.
Look at that, dude. I love him.
Oh, he has like teeth over teeth, dude.
Yeah, it's great. The Trick or Treat Studios has a mask of fucking Ed. Did you guys ever notice
awesome.
the fucking Freddy Krueger glove in the cellar while watching this movie?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, apparently, they did that because if you remember...
In Nightmare on Elm Street, they were playing Evil Dead.
Yeah, and the reason he did that was because in the original Evil Dead, there was a poster of The Hills Have Eyes on the wall that was ripped in half. And the reason Sam Raimi did that is because in The Hills Have Eyes, there was a poster of Jaws on the wall that was ripped in half. And he always thought it was Wes Craven's way of saying, like, oh, you thought fucking, this movie is going to do for the desert what Jaws did for the fucking ocean, baby. So that's kind of the mentality I got spit in my mouth. I had to swallow. That's the mentality he took with this movie. And he was like, this movie's going to do for a Cabin in the Woods what fucking, Jaws did for the ocean and fucking Hills Have Eyes did. And so they kept one-upping each other. And apparently that was the original fucking glove that was used on 1 and 2. And if you watch behind the scenes shit of the making of 1 and 2, the original glove that was used for part 1 and 2 was always said to go missing and just disappear for years after the making of 2. And I always thought, like, okay, did they lose it somewhere when they were shooting Evil Dead? But apparently it just got sold to somebody that was a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, and they found it like kind of recently, I think.
That's crazy,
Pretty
dude.
Christ.
That's some pretty cool facts. Hey, I have a question. Did you snort a line before we started recording, Zach? You're on crack, dude.
No, I didn't. But I should have. This chick's pretty hot.
Yeah, she's attractive.
I'd fuck them tits.
Would you fuck him to get to her?
Hell yeah, I'd fuck him just for fun.
What about Henrietta?
I'd fuck Henrietta too. She could watch and flick the clit.
Oh.
Dude, you know what that would remind me of? Henrietta mounting you like an animal would be like Tim Curry in that episode of Tales from the Crypt, where he's in the bodysuit.
Oh,
hell yeah.
And he's on top of Ed Begley Jr., dude. Riverman, if you've never seen that, that's one of the most disturbing scenes ever in a Tales from the Crypt. I love that episode. We did a commentary for it. In hindsight, I don't know. Maybe we should have put video to that so people could have seen it.
During the scene where the severed head of Linda bites Ash's hand, Bruce Campbell says the single line, "Work shit." This line was later redubbed in post-production due to the quality of the audio. And I always thought that was funny, the way... You guys ever notice that? He's kind of stumbling and he just goes, "Work shit." It's really funny, and apparently whenever Bruce Campbell and fucking Kurt Russell met on the set of Escape from LA, that was the line Kurt Russell always remembered from the movie. He went up to Bruce Campbell and went, "Work shit."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Where you find some of these facts out, dude?
They talk about that on the commentary for this movie, baby.
Okay. I never watched the commentary.
You need to watch them commentaries.
I didn't watch it.
It's a good commentary. It's Bruce Campbell, fucking the K&B guys, and Sam Raimi. I remember, like, Sam Raimi got a fucking... Bruce Campbell did a kind of a newer... There's a chance if you got, like, an older DVD of the original Evil Dead, you don't have Bruce Campbell's commentary, you just got Sam Raimi's. But he did one. I got the definitive edition, which has it. And also, I remember a lot of people hate fucking Sam Raimi's commentary because they're like, oh, he just shits on the movie the whole time. But, like, he doesn't. He points out the flaws, but I think that's what a person that makes a movie is gonna do with their first movie. They're gonna point out, they're gonna notice the flaws. Just like any artist is gonna look at their painting and notice the flaws they made. It's just natural.
Yeah, but he kind of abandoned the horror genre, Sam Raimi. I mean...
He did Drag Me to Hell. And that was in 2004, but that was a long time ago. But still, he did Drag Me to Hell years after he did anything.
Still, I mean...
He comes back sporadically. Maybe he just likes doing different kinds of movies, maybe.
Bunch of movies that nobody gives a fuck about.
Simple Plan is good, I like.
In The Gift, where Keanu Reeves
he plays a badass wife beater.
He plays a wife-beating badass, according to Phil and Selma. Why are you still in my line, dude? I was going to tell him that. You gotta...
I thought he knew it. I thought he was with you when you interviewed him.
No, he wasn't. I was alone. I did that solo.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's like, I like The Gift. He's like, Keanu. I think he called him Keanu.
Keanu.
He's like, he plays a southern, wife-beating badass. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, on the other end, it's like, all right. I don't think he meant it like that, but...
He was a badass. He tells some kids he's going to kill their mom. They're like, your mom's a fucking witch and she's going to burn in hell. Fuck you. She doesn't love you. That's a good movie. We should watch it.
Pazuzu's in this movie.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Sammy Terry. Or the whore host at the beginning of fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
Speaking of Sammy Kerr, we watched that last night.
I didn't say Sammy Kerr, but that's a good segue.
I know.
He said Sammy Terry.
I know.
But we did watch Trick or Treat last night. That movie never gets old.
Yeah.
Exactly. We should do a fucking annual Halloween commentary for that movie. Just do like 80 commentaries throughout our whole run.
We should get Corey G on board for that one.
Oh,
exactly.
We talk about Corey G all the time.
We kind of burned a bridge with him recently.
Corey G, the laughter died in his soul, I think, because he wasn't very, he had no humor about him.
Yeah, did you tell him about the time we prank called him?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is this?
Who is this?
He couldn't take his own medicine.
Like, if he was wearing glasses at the time, he surely pushed him up the bridge with his nose. Who is this? He was acting like a dad. Like, I don't know. Like,
maybe that's who he was in the hospital for. His kid had the flu or something.
We called looking for Rod Belding, and we got Mr. Belding. we got Principal Belding.
Oh, jeez.
I can play him that fucking phone call if you want.
Do you want to do it on the air right now? Dude, I don't even care anymore. Let's play it. It's been a while. You want to hear it, Todd?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, let's play it for everybody.
All right,
we've talked about it long enough.
Preoccupied while I set it up to do that.
Okay. All right. So, where are we at in the movie now? Dude, I love that tree, man. What are you doing?
That tree is awesome. I would fuck it. I would suck the tree's cock.
I don't know what Riverman's doing right now. I think he's getting up out of his wicker basket chair. He tilted his lamp mic up. He's wrangling some keys, which is probably making a lot of noise right now.
I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, don't play it until Riverman's back up. He had to get up for a second. Oh, he got up to get a beer. You should have asked me, dude. It's a lot quieter. I could literally just take this off.
It's fine, dude. Nobody cares.
See, we run a much tighter ship ever since you left, Riverman. You,
I bring you down.
You really do.
That's why I don't come on very often.
Riverman stopped caring. You should hang out with Corey G. He lost the comedy, he lost the humor, and you lost your professionalism. You guys just go hang out together. We're about to listen to this call whenever Zach's ready. I'm super excited for you to hear it.
I'm ready.
This guy.
You gotta have fun, man. It's all about having fun.
He's ready. Let's give him some space. Zach, if you please. Everybody out there.
3, 2, 1, now.
Why is it taking like a million years like last time to actually dial?
Maybe it's just not letting us hear the ring.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Corey.
Hey.
Hey, I'm your biggest fan.
Who is this?
I've been following your career since Big Kahuna Movie Reviews.
Who is this?
I've modeled my whole life around you.
Seriously, this isn't funny. Who is this? I'm in the hospital.
You're in the hospital. What happened?
Who is this?
It's Corey G.
Who is this?
It's Corey G.
I'm not laughing, dude.
What's wrong?
Who is this?
This is Ted Theodore Logan. Did you hear that?
Yeah. I was like, did he hang up at a point?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny.
I was like, it's Ted Theodore Logan. I didn't know what to say to him.
Ted, you kind of like whispered it. It's Ted Theodore Logan.
I was trying not to laugh.
Telling the people we prank that he's Ted Theodore Logan gets us into trouble all the time. That's usually when he breaks.
For anybody listening in sequence, that happened after that episode where we called the lady pretending to be Ted, and she's like, "What's your name?" And I said Ted Theodore Logan and laughed. That was done like just hours after, if not minutes after.
So yeah, that's the famous Corey.
Did you guys just call him once or what?
No.
Oh really?
We were trying to call it for hours.
probably pretty bad.
We were trying to call for hours. It was, yeah, like, I called him once, he didn't answer, and then the next day he called me, and I was like, oh shit, he called. I'm not gonna answer it. We're gonna save it for when we're on the air. So the next time we recorded, I called him again, didn't answer, called him again. We literally called him like 5 times in a row. Because we really wanted to get him on. And he didn't answer at all. And then right after we hang up, he calls me. And so I'm like, fuck, he called me. Okay, let's get back on the computer and try it again. And then that's when that happened.
So
I can't believe we just played that.
And after we talked to him, we kind of made a new rule. Like, yeah, we shouldn't call anybody more than once. Like, because that's like borderline harassment. Shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's kind of ugh.
So should we go ahead and play the other call?
What? No. No.
All right.
Don't play that one.
Someday, guys, maybe.
Yeah, not yet. I want a little bit more time to pass.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
I'll send you that one privately. We both went to bed like worried that night that some guy was fucking hanging out in front of his door with a shotgun or something, waiting for somebody to come knocking on the door.
Well, and I felt really bad about this one because I know these two people that we got and they're friends, like close friends, and they still don't know it was me. And I've hung out with them a handful of times since then, so it's all good. They never found out. But I think we should still wait a little longer. Eventually we can show it.
That'd be funny one day to just be like, hey, you guys want to hear something funny? It's really funny, really. And then you tell them, and they're just like, dude, that'd be amazing. I'd pay money to see the look on their face.
It's tempting because I know for a fact he doesn't listen to the podcast, and he never has. I'm not even sure of his awareness of the podcast. I know I've mentioned it in passing, but even if he listened to it down the road, by the time he got to that episode, it would probably in the future, and he'd be like, what the heck? You know, and enough time would have passed maybe. So it is kind of tempting to play it, but I don't think so. Not now. It makes me cringe, dude. I'd have to like go to the bathroom or something like that to listen to it. Just because I know the guy and I feel bad.
You haven't even heard it since we recorded it.
I don't want to. It's tough. It's tough to listen to because it just goes south quick.
And I never dropped character, which is funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, man.
Did you call these people on Skype or what?
Yeah, the Skype number.
Oh, their Skype number?
No. We have a Skype number, right?
Oh.
The hotline, which Zach will be sure to give out the hotline number tonight. But no, we call it their phone with the Skype number.
I think I've called the Skype number before.
Yeah, you did, and we didn't answer. You weren't worth it.
Yeah, we don't answer it.
Yeah, I left a message.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever played it, though.
I think we did, yeah. It was a while ago. Did Aaron just fucking fall on the floor?
No, that's I think that was Riverman's wife upstairs.
Drop something, or I don't know.
Oh, see, you heard that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you heard his son.
It's probably my dog.
I remember my cousins used to have a fucking a replica knife of this. It was pretty cool.
And that's supposed to be the same dagger from the series because it looks a lot bigger and a lot different.
I think it's the exact same one they shot the first movie with. I could be wrong. Thought I read that.
Okay.
You should call some of our old friends from fellow members that used to be on the show.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that live on the show anymore.
We did call the Lush once or twice, but we only got his machine.
We could try again. You want to try again?
No.
Why not?
No.
Oh, so when Riverman knows the person, we're crossing a line now. He wants to hear when it was my people.
I'm just giving you shit, man.
Let's try. We'll try once.
No.
What?
No, I don't want to call him, dude. No.
You don't. Zach will do all the work.
Still. No, I don't want to call the Lush, dude. I live in the same city as him, dude.
You won't know.
Fun
it's you.
fact.
He doesn't. What?
Fun fact, Sam Raimi credits Stephen King for making the sequel, as well as the popularity. He credits him for the popularity of the first movie, too, because
of his quote.
Raimi couldn't acquire enough money to fund the film, so Stephen King made a few calls, since he was a huge fan of the original, and convinced financiers to give Raimi the money he needed for the sequel, babe. And he also gave him that quote that's on the original poster.
That's cool.
That's a pretty fucking dyke if you ask me, Dad.
What's in her shirt, man?
What do you mean?
Bottom part of her shirt, is that some sort of blood pump or something?
You think something's in there?
No, it's just the way her shirt's kind of.
Oh.
She's been drinking a 40, a little beer gut. Like Mike Epps, you know, and next Friday. She had a little beer on her breath.
The large demonic head Ash battles in the climax of the film, which the crew nicknamed the Rotten Applehead, was too large and cumbersome for the crew to carry back to California, so it was left in North Carolina and soon disappeared. Its whereabouts were unknown for a number of years until it was found in a Halloween haunted house attraction just outside the original shooting location of Wadesboro, North Carolina.
Is this the same cabin as the original one?
I don't think so. I think the original already burned down by the time they made this.
Oh, it did burn. Okay.
Yeah, this cabin was demolished not too long ago, like I think in the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And I remember there was a GoFundMe. So hold on, I'll tell it if you're going to tell it. There was because he wants to tell everything. You're Mr. Wizard, I know. You got all the facts. Let me tell one. But no, did you see that like GoFundMe type thing where the guys were trying to get the Evil Dead 2 board game financed? Mm-hmm. You know, and all the dice in every game were carved from the remnants of the cabin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Was that what you were going to say, Zach?
That actually wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say somebody at Horror Hound was actually selling pieces of the newest cabin that was torn down.
Oh, from the Mia? The one with Mia, the remake? What are you talking about?
No, the one from part 2.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, man. What was he selling it for? Was it literally just hunks of wood?
Yeah. I would have bought one if I knew for certain they were real, but
yeah.
I don't know, somebody could just fake that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. And even if you knew in your heart that it was legit 100% real, you'd never convince anybody else to try to show it off to that it was real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was like just totally authenticated.
I remember one time, an older friend of mine, when I was like, I don't know, 8, he went to a Kid Rock concert and he brought back a piece of the floor. He's like, yeah, the floor was falling apart and I brought this. And it's funny because now Kid Rock is like fucking cancer, but at the time he was big for some reason.
Kid Rock stepped on this piece of flooring.
He's the bull god, you know.
It makes sense that he was playing in a fucking rundown shack that was falling apart. Just a fucking hutch that was just fucking decrepit.
Is this when he was? Is this when he had the Kid and Play hair before Devil Without a Cause?
I don't know. I think it was during Devil Without a Cause. Sam Raimi's original idea for the sequel was to toss the character of Ash throughout a time portal to the Middle Ages, which ultimately became the third movie. But another idea, original for the movie, had a plot. Had Ash held captive in a cabin by a group of escaped convicts searching for buried treasure.
Let's look for treasure. Yes, let's look for treasure.
Bobby Joe's death was originally planned for a man and would have been much more violent in that movie. And him being split in half by a tree would have been the death. So this commentary really died.
What?
We're watching the movie, man.
That's what that's my new inside joke whenever the conversation dies for longer than 5 seconds.
This party really died. Right, Dumb and Dumber. We already got the tuxes.
You guys ever watch Crime Wave?
What?
You guys ever watched the Crime Wave, the movie Sam Raimi did after this movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Joe Spinell? Is he in that?
Maybe. I'd never seen it. It says the failure of Crime Wave from '85, Sam Raimi's follow-up to Evil Dead, prompted him to return to his original franchise.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel wrote the screenplay during the production of Crime Wave.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Me neither. Wonder if it's any good.
What else have you been watching, Zach? What else have you been watching this week? Surely you watched something new. You're always watching new shit. You've seen every movie known to man.
I don't know. I'd have to look up what I've been watching, baby.
You have to look it up? You don't remember?
I forget, yeah.
I got one. We watched Prom Night 2 today.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the sequels more than the original. I think the third one's my favorite. It's the most cheesy.
I've never seen the third one, yeah.
I think it came out straight to video.
Second one's got Michael Ironside, dude. We watched approximately 10 minutes of Class of Nukem High.
That's a good movie.
Riverman wanted to shut it off.
I was falling asleep. I wasn't in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we watched? Oh, we watched Ghoulies Go to College, Ghoulies 3.
Yeah, Ghoulies 3.
Which was a pretty good movie. It shits the bed a little bit in the third act, but it was pretty funny.
I could reveal the other movies Mac and Zach did for the fucking week of Full Moon, but I'm not going to. But
which is a cool idea. What are you guys doing? You guys are doing a full moon feature every Friday for this whole month?
Yeah, we met and recorded a bunch of commentaries. They just happen to all be full moon movies. So we're like, we'll release them all in a month.
You probably get Charles Band on the line.
Which is a lot for you guys, because I mean 4 in a month, 1 weekly is a lot for you guys. You guys do them like what, monthly now?
Yeah,
they're kind of rare. Speaking of blitzes like that, so I told Zach this a couple of years ago. I mean, obviously we talk about it a lot with the whole Amityville 2, the possession thing, but a couple of Halloweens ago we did a blitz and we just wore ourselves out doing like multiple commentaries a night. We had a ton of stuff for October. I'd still like to have some good choices for October, but I really want to do a blitz this year for December, Zach. I want to have a Christmas blitz.
For fucking Christmas movies? I hate Christmas movies. Why you gotta do that?
We can do Christmas horror movies, but what I really want to do is there's a whole bunch of like awesome Christmas specials we could do, like short things that we can do video commentaries for.
Mm-hmm. There was a good shot of the Kruger glove.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it because there's always things I want to do, and we never make time for them.
Exactly. Now the Kruger glove was gone. They just fucked the continuity up.
I didn't see it, man.
Yeah, it was gone in that shot whenever it zoomed in.
Dude, my ass bones hurt. I'm like sitting on a metal bar.
Well, it's because your fucking ass bones are beta. I told you. My balls were fucking digging into them too hard.
Oh,
I watched The Elephant Man, the David Lynch movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've only ever caught the end of that.
You've only seen the end?
Yeah, I've only ever caught the end.
Yeah. We did a fucking commentary for Blair Witch 2, Riverman.
That shit always comes up. Aaron and I were talking about that. You love that fucking film.
Yeah, I like that movie. I thought Aaron liked it okay too.
The movie's a pile of shit.
Did you not?
I'll never watch it again.
You fuck up. It's because you're a little cunt and you can suck a dick. You suck my dick up till you hiccup.
Do you know what we saw today, Zach, that I thought was pretty cool? I don't know if you have any interest in it, but I know every Halloween they usually put out some sort of iteration of the classic Universal movies, you know, like some kind of packaging or whatever. And last year they put out Blu-rays of, you know, Frankenstein, The Wolfman, and Creature of Black Lagoon, and all that stuff, which is cool. But this year, Best Buy put out steel books, and they're all cheap, dude. They're like $5.99 to $7.99, and they're really pretty. I'm thinking about when I get home going and clearing them out because I've always wanted to own the.
I was gonna buy that steel book of Hocus Pocus they put out.
That does look cool, dude. We just saw that today.
It comes with a digital code too.
I think it just dropped this week, so if you want to get it on sale, you got to get it this week.
Oh, they only sell it for the first week and then it goes up? Fuck them. Why they do that?
Best Buy it's always sale week, the debut week. Yeah.
It's more like backwards buy. They're fucking backwards in their fucking selling schematics.
I'll have to check Walmart and see what their Halloween specials are going to be. They used to have some really good blues, but I don't know if they do anymore.
But yeah, man, I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to, that $50 will get me just a giant stack of all those classic Universal movies. It's pretty cool.
I watched The King of Comedy, the Martin Scorsese movie, recently.
I have that. Did you like it?
It was decent.
Yeah. I still never watched my copy of Mean Streets. I need to. What do you guys think about that? Speaking of Martin Scorsese, not that I would normally be into it, but I think the Martin Scorsese produced Joker origin movie is kind of intriguing. What they're doing with it. Like it's going to be like a dark crime movie, and it's the origin before he's Joker, and Joaquin Phoenix playing Joker's character. That's kind of interesting. And De Niro was cast in it. Like it's I mean, Todd Phillips is directing it. The guy who did the Hangover movies.
What do you guys think of Joaquin Phoenix?
I think he's got an allure to him. Like he always interests me.
I always thought he was interesting. Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. It's very interesting for him to do a movie like this, but.
Sounds like a red box to me.
I'll be interested in it.
I watched that movie he did, Her. That was good. It's on Netflix now.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I want to watch it.
Spike Lee directed that. The guy that made Being John Malkovich. What'd you think of that movie?
I've never watched it all the way through. Yeah.
It's a weird fucking movie. I watch it. It's like a kid's plot, but it's an adult movie. It's so weird.
What's that blaxploitation movie just came out with? It's getting pretty good reviews, I think. Spike Lee's new one.
Oh, the Klansman, the KK.
Wait, did I say Spike Lee? Did I say Spike Lee? I meant Spike Jones.
Spike Jones.
Oh, okay.
You might have said Spike Jones. You might have said Spike Jones. I think that was Rivers fuck up.
Oh, all right.
Spike
Jones.
No,
it wasn't. He said Spike Lee, dude.
Why
the hell would I bring up? Just because Spike?
Spike Jones. Didn't he get his start on Jackass, dude? Doing episodes of Jackass and stuff? He was an MTV guy.
That wasn't a start. He had already, directed that movie, Being John Malkovich. He was, he started out.
But he was an MTV, he was an MTV guy. Music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, for some reason he played an old guy in the fucking Jackass movies for some reason.
That's all it's all.
I would swallow fucking, I'd swallow his soul through his cock. I'd suck it. You guys ever play any of the Evil Dead games?
Yeah, they suck.
I was gonna bring that up earlier and I totally forgot. So I wanted to really get into the original one. Was a Fistful of Boomstick?
Hail the King.
Hail the King was the first one, and because it's like, I like Resident Evil, and this has the fixed camera angles like Resident Evil, but just control wise, it was just a mess.
The controls were horrendous,
and those ghosts or demons or whatever, man, you can never kill them. They just appear, you shoot them, and they just disappear.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, man.
Were you just supposed to run past them?
I don't know.
Oddly enough, I heard that the third one in the series, the third game, was the best, and this is the one I never played at all.
Is it like an open world game or what?
I never played the third one. I played Fistful of Boomstick, which is the second one, right? And that one was still kind of a budget title where it was like a lot of monotonous, just hack and slash type stuff, but it had some value to it, and it was fun. For a little bit. And it had, of course, Bruce Campbell doing all the voices. The third one's the one where he had a little sidekick, played by Ted Raimi, right?
Yeah, I never played that one. I want to, though.
Is that only on Xbox? Where did that get released?
It was on PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
I need to get a copy. Those games are expensive on eBay.
I'm sure you can watch it.
Really?
I thought about watching a Let's Play of it, since I'll never be able to find a copy of it, probably.
And I'll never play it anyway, to be honest with you. I would get a lot more value out of it just watching. I want to watch all of them. I watched the YouTube video of the first one, Hail to the King, because I wanted to see the end. I want to see him go through it. And I think he goes back in time, and he's talking to some Sabu looking character and all kinds of stuff.
Didn't you just have to get gas for the car or something? Or
that was just the first part. You literally go back in time as a vortex or something.
Yeah, I probably got past the first 5 minutes.
I never actually got gas with the car. I always assumed the fucking bridge is out anyway. Why does it matter?
Me too. Yeah.
I've always wanted to get Hail to the King on Dreamcast just to have it because I like Dreamcast games, and I played it on PlayStation.
You can bootleg Dreamcast games really easy, though.
Yeah, you can burn them, for sure.
They didn't give a fuck, which is a big reason why that console died.
Yeah, it's part of their downfall. Oh, that fucking bastard.
She dead. He's not gonna get to tap that now, unless he hurries up.
For the body cools.
The Tree Man. See,
That's
I'm
cool.
bummed. That is cool. I'm bummed that you guys did the first one, though. That's my favorite.
Dude, that looks just like the creature in Hellraiser that's coming down the hallway. It's got the same eyes and look to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, except this doesn't have a guy pushing it on like a gurney or whatever it was. He's like pushing it from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? I watched the Leviathan documentary.
I didn't watch that yet.
They pointed out some cool stuff in it that I actually never noticed. I never noticed the guys pushing it.
I never noticed. You actually see them?
You'll never unsee it now. Yeah, when that thing's getting pushed down the hallways and it's like using its arms. Dude, you see the guy clear as day pushing it from behind.
I've never noticed this before.
You never noticed this?
Could you not notice it on the VHS, or is it only on the DVD, like when it's widescreen?
Wait, are you talking about what we're seeing on Evil Dead 2, Todd? Or are you talking about...
Yeah, I was talking about the faces. I never really caught that.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things. No. It's not cut off. Trust me. It's like right behind the creature.
Yeah.
I just think they cut away fast enough to where you would never notice it. There's just too much going on to where your eyes wouldn't go to that. Like you're so focused on the creature and the flashing lights of the hallway. But like that's why I'm saying once you see it and it's pointed out to you, you'll never unsee it. It's like, oh, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like the Turtles, like puppeteers and stuff. It's like that. You can never unsee it.
White guys fart in my face matters.
This scene right here, I always love this scene. Like you notice throughout most of the movie, he's fucking wrestling with fucking inanimate objects. Well, actually, that's the first one. He jumps into a bunch of bookshelves and shit.
Yeah.
That's always fun. See, I thought it'd be funny if I played that sound clip and then didn't acknowledge it, just change the subject. And it wasn't that funny, but you could see his harness there if you pop, it's really quick.
Aw.
Which makes me wonder why they didn't just cut the shot out of it.
Yeah, I think.
They probably were like, no, you see the harness, that's fucking funny, leave it.
Dude, I love this ending. I like this whole thing. Dude, this Middle Earth looks way shittier than the Army of Darkness Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's what, 10 years later? Army of Darkness came out?
Yeah.
This was probably just an afterthought. It was just a little segment for the end of the movie, so that was a full movie that needed, like, art direction and shit. A guy worked on that one.
This looks like it was filmed in my backyard, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's gray. Sam Raimi's in the crowd here at the end somewhere.
Can you spot him out easily?
Maybe if I look closely. He's the first guy that, like, starts raising his arm whenever Ash pulls out the
Boomstick?
chainsaw.
Oh, chainsaw.
Is he wearing a helmet?
Or maybe he was one of them. He might have been one of them, actually.
It's a great ending.
Exactly. And that's the thing with this ending is you just love it. It's amazing.
This is some Clash of the Titans shit. Dude, the color grain on this is just like it's not even a colorful movie anymore. It's
bleak,
like also,
dude.
Yeah, it's
this ending always is very gray looking. Yeah, it's very drab. I think they meant to do that.
it's like Matt Dillon right there, dude.
He does.
I started to like her.
Oh, that's him, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that is him.
Do you guys ever see what's it called? The movie where he's the meat guy and the fucking what's that slasher movie called? The Intruder.
Oh, The Intruder. Yeah, I have it on
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
that's good.
I like The Intruder. We should do a comment. I've suggested we do a commentary of that before.
That's one of those movies where after I watched the fucking uncut director's cut that came out recently, I never want to watch the original cut again.
Yeah.
Do I have it? The Blu-ray from Synapse, is that uncut?
I have it.
I know that I have
Yeah.
the same copy. Is that the uncut?
Synapse, yeah, they put it out.
Yeah, that's really good. And yeah, so yeah, Bruce Campbell, he plays a cop in that, right? Yeah.
At the very end of it, yeah.
Rock on. So Evil Dead 2, Zach, I got to thank you for taking charge of that commentary. See, Riverman, like we already addressed, we're about 5 feet away from each other. We're hearing serious, crazy echo. So I'm glad you did a lot of the talking, man, because we had to keep it spaced out because it would have been a mess if we were talking as much as you. So
it's fucking with my head, dude. Really is.
So let me
exactly.
But yeah, man, I still think this is the best of the three. It's the most inventive of the three.
Not.
I think it is.
I think the first one's the most inventive, baby.
I'm with Zach. First one.
So let me read a couple of comments that we've gotten, if you guys don't mind. I really don't remember where we left off. I never do. But let me go ahead and just start. We got a comment on our Once Bitten commentary. Dyer12343, he says, this is in living color. Speaking about Jim Carrey, who starred in the movie. I don't know if he's referring to, did we say that he was making this while he was in living color? Did we make that error or something and we're being corrected?
I think we asked if it was after or before.
Okay. So thank you for letting us know that, Dyer. Let's see, Gamer Guy's reviews on the Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 commentary. He gives us a lengthy comment. He says, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Ash vs. Evil Dead, especially since I got my hands on the 3rd season not too long ago and marathoned it. Although I wish there was at least one more season to tie up the loose ends, I'm fine with how it concludes. Besides, there was a lot of crazy shit and moments that happened throughout the season to keep things lively. Well, obviously, as he's probably aware now, we did put out the episode where we do go over the entire series. He also goes, so Mac and Zach met the king of the chins himself. That's dank as fuck. Man, you got these people talking like you, Zach. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nod. He goes,
him and someone else left a fucking comment on our on the episode of Mac and Zach that you were on too recently.
Oh,
the Puppet Master one. You can read those if you want. Since it's kind of a fucking branch fucking joint podcast. Because I think you're gonna love the comments.
I might have you pull them up and read those while I'm reading these. Why don't you get those pulled up?
All right.
All right, and he goes on to say, I was at my States Con, Mississippi Comic Con, a little while back, and Michael Biehn of Aliens and Terminator fame was there, so I had to get an autograph and pick with him, considering those two movies are some of my all-time favorites, and Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, is one of my favorites too. P.S. Oh, favorite video games, I guess I better clarify that. P.S. I would pay Revival House or Mac and Zach a whopping $5 to come down to Mississippi and be at the MS Comic Con or Southern Geek Fest, my hometown's con. The hype would be real.
That's $5. We should do it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
best $5 ever made.
If we get the invite, we'd go for sure.
And then I could use it to buy a Mississippi house.
And then Gamer Guys reviews naturally. He went and commented on our series discussion of Ash vs. Evil Dead. He says, Ash vs. Evil Dead was a great show. Ironically, it, along with the Evil Dead films themselves, got me back into horror after I avoided the genre for many years. But that's another story. I think the first season did its job of reintroducing Ash and bringing in the new characters, while in season 2, they tremendously upped the ante and offered crazy set pieces, great humor, plus a further exploration of the lore of the series. Season 3 continued that trend, and overall, the show was a great ride. Am I bummed that it didn't at least get one more season to wrap things up and maybe put things back into place? Yes, but it's probably for the better that the show wasn't dragged on to the point of irrelevancy. Unlike another show with the word dead in the title. We agree with you. As a whole, Ash vs. Evil Dead gets 4.5 Bruce Campbell chins out of 5. Lastly, he goes on to say, one other thing, but they do kind of acknowledge Army of Darkness to a certain degree, because we were talking about that, Zach, about like the consistency and stuff with the series to the two movies. He goes, in season 1, after Ash kills his evil version, he remarks before cutting him up, chopping up my evil twin. felt like I've done that before. And in season 2, after Pablo dies and he's getting drunk and sees the ghost of Pablo, who suggests to him to use time travel, he says, "You're right. After all, I have been to the Middle Ages." So it's still canon in an unofficial way. So the whole nod to the twin thing, I could see that being a nod without them breaking any sort of like rights barriers, because he didn't say anything. He just sort of gave a nudge. And the Middle Ages thing, he technically went to the Middle Ages at the end of the second one. We just, if we're not acknowledging the third one, we just never would have found out how Ash got home. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they were nods for sure. But did you get those comments pulled up?
Yeah. Gamer Guy's reviews, he says, Mac and Zach is the dankest, most radical podcast in the history of history. These two shall one day be the rulers of the world. Something only little boy Aaron of Little Boy Revival House wishes he could achieve. Hashtag I would eat her ass. And then the Knight with the crazy Asian writing, he says, holy fuck boy, this commentary was awesome. Haha. So the fuck boy meme is going to have to become official. You're going to have to be the fuck boy, Aaron. I'm sorry to say.
Wait, these motherfuckers are calling me fuckboy now? Cause you call me fuckboy?
Sounds about right.
They didn't directly call you fuckboy, but I'm going to give them permission to go ahead and do that because it would be funny.
I will squash this. I will shut it all down with a snap of a finger.
He will burn down Revival House out of fucking spite.
So, not that I don't trust Zach. I'm going to read this comment myself just to make sure. Before I start swearing at some people. Hold on. Yeah, it says, holy fuck boy, this commentary was awesome. Haha. Okay, that wasn't a dig at me. That's good. He's a smart guy, this Knight kanji lettering guy. All right. Gamer guys. Mac and Zach is the dankest, most radical podcast in the history of history. These two shall one day be the
He really
I know,
said that.
I did. These two shall one day be the rulers of the world. Something only little boy Aaron of Little Boy Revival House wishes he could achieve. I would eat her hashtag.
I would eat her hashtag.
I would eat her hashtag. So I feel like this is like a WWF call out.
Exactly. That's what we've always wanted.
Well, anyway, regardless of which side of the allegiance you fall, gamer guys, we appreciate you commenting on both channels. Thank you for that. And we appreciate everybody that left comments. That's really all we got. Riverman, you're not here very often. Who knows when the next time we're going to see you? Do you have anything you want to say? Be serious for a second. We've garnered a lot of listeners since you've been around, and they live vicariously because Zach posts the Revival Classics every Friday. So a lot of people have been listening to those and seeing those for the first time, and they're getting introduced to you.
Yes, it's good to be, back somewhat. I had a lot of fun, of course. I'll try to get on as much as I can. Like I said, it's kind of hectic with me. I like where the show's going and what you guys are doing. Mac and Zach.
He says he never fucking listens to it. He says he never listened to it.
That's bullshit, dude. I've listened to some.
When's the last time you listened to it?
Maybe a few weeks ago.
You're a liar.
It's okay. If I didn't listen to it, I would have said I liked the new direction too.
One thing I do love about the new show, though, is Aaron's mic sounds fucking great.
Are you being a smartass?
No, I'm being dead serious. You sound great, dude. Because I could hear the echo. I could hear you right now talking, but in my headphones, it sounds fantastic.
Oh, well, we'll see how it sounds in post. I think Zach purposely sabotages me because he wants to be the ruler, just like Gamer Guy says. He wants to rule all of the podcast land, and he wants to keep me a little boy, a little soy boy.
I don't do that shit.
You are a little soy boy, by the way.
I know his game. No, just playing, everybody. Thank you for everybody for listening and all the comments. As usual, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you're clicking the notification bell and also subscribe to us. And if you guys are only on YouTube, check the links in the description below to head over to our Apple Podcast link. We're on Google Play. We're on Stitcher. And if you think we deserve it, click over to something like Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating and even a little bit of a review, a few sentences or a few words. That stuff goes a long way. Obviously, it'll help us expand the base. And do the same thing for Mac and Zach Save the World. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to peruse because we have other things. Obviously, We've got the Deep End with myself, Aaron Lipscomb. It's a little more topical. We've got the Retro Rampages, which usually involve me or Zach and Mac or somebody. And it's just sort of laid back and, banter. Same old silly banter, but we're playing games. What else do we got, man? We've thrown out some pretty cool video commentaries as of late. And if you guys want to go dig back in the archives, you can check out some pretty cool interviews. But there's a lot of stuff on there. And also, Zach, do you want to throw out the hotline number again so we can get some traction with that?
Hell yeah, it's 1-602-399-7280.
I didn't quite get that. Will you please read it one more time?
That's 1-602-399-7280.
It's music to my ears. River, did you get that number?
Yeah, 1-602-957-2802.
Okay, since he fucked it up, you got to say it one more time, Zach. Come on.
1-602-399-7280.
All right. So, guys, call that and just know that it's set up to automatically go to voicemail. So don't freak out like you don't have your shit like ready. I think a lot of people do that because we get a lot of calls and flubbed messages too. But yeah, it'll go straight to voicemail. No one's going to answer. So don't freak out like that either. It'll be totally private. Leave us whatever you want to leave us.
I think it's one of those where if you fuck up, you can even press star and it'll tell you like, oh, to re-record, press this. So if you fuck up, press star or whatever.
So if you guys want to leave honest feedback, that's great. If you guys want to troll the shit out of us and do something silly, that's great. If you want to hit us with your best Riverman or Zach impression, that's great. I know the audio in a voicemail can be a little shoddy, so you guys can also send us audio files if you prefer to the email address, which is ask.revhouse@gmail.com, or you can send us whatever else you like, recommendations. You could just email us questions, whatever you have. It's free game, so definitely reach out. We'll definitely go over that on each and every episode, and that's all we got. I'm out. My name's Aaron.
Riverman.
Zach.
And you guys all have been a bunch of filthy puppets. Filthy meat puppets. So bye-bye, puppets.
There's an odd thing about Evil Dead 2. There's a weird little trivia in that people think that Ash was stupid enough to go back to the cabin with a new group of friends because the way it was retold, we didn't own the rights to our own movie that was done by New Line Cinema. The second movie was done by Dino De Laurentiis. Well, we didn't have the rights, so we just shot a recap with different actors as though that was the recap, but people thought, he's coming back to the same cabin with these new people? What? So there's a big debate of is Evil Dead 2 a remake or a sequel? It's a requel. It's whatever you want to call it. So if you really want to do it right, you take the first Evil Dead up to where the evil entity hits me, cut off all the recap, go right into Ash being thrown through the trees at the beginning, lands, play the movie. It would all make perfect sense.
All right. How did that turn out? Zach, I'm glad you carried that, man.
Yeah.
I wish you could see the setup here, man. We couldn't take... God. The only thing that was working for us is because I can see Riverman. I could give him like baseball signals, dude. Just look at him in the face. Not to start talking too much, Don't want to talk over each other because it just turns into a...
Driving nuts, dude. Hearing that echo. Oh my God.
I kind of got used to it.